Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you all have been good and had some great days. Guys, for today's video we are going to react to a Bleacher Report article, and it's called 5 NBA trades that should have happened this off-season, written by Greg Swartz, so props out to him. And yeah, let's jump right into it. And guys, if you enjoy these kind of videos, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, subscribe to my channel. It definitely helps me out a lot and it keeps me motivated. I do want to grow here on YouTube and I need your help, man. I really do. If you enjoy watching my videos, if you enjoy what I'm doing here, how I do things, just show some love and help me grow a little bit. Very much appreciated. But without further ado, let's go right into the video. Alright guys, so the first trade idea they have is Wizards trade Kyle Kuzma, Malcolm Brogdon to contenders. And yeah, the Wizards are definitely now officially in a rebuilding era. They brought in some new talent with Alexander Sarr, Keontae George, I always mess those two up. And yeah, and Carlton Carrington. And yeah, after trading away Danny Avdija in the off-season to get Malcolm Brogdon and some draft picks, I think it's definitely the right way to go. They do need a point guard because they lost Tyus Jones, but yeah, so they're definitely looking for some younger players. They also have Jonas Valanciunas. And yeah, so Kuzma also plays a lot of power forward, so this is going to be a problem with Alexander Sarr, I believe. He comes off from a very, very good season. He averaged 22 points per game, so that's the highest he had in his whole career. Almost a block a game, 4 assists, almost 7 rebounds, 77% from the free throw line, 34% from the 3-point line, and played in about 32 minutes in 70 games. So he always has a little bit of injury problems, but nothing crazy. If you look at Brogdon's stats, of course, he was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers last year, and there he averaged about 16 points, about a steal per game, about 5.5 assists per game, 4 rebounds, so very solid there, 82% from the free throw line, 41% from the 3-point line. He always has been a solid shooter and played about 29 minutes. So yeah, he definitely is going to have a lot of interesting teams in him, and some contenders are going to be very happy to get him. Maybe he's even going to get bought out and then he can sign for a minimum. I could see Brogdon doing something like that to sign with a team like the Lakers. Like the fit in Boston is just perfect for him, but yeah, I don't think he's going back there. But like I said, the Lakers would be like my number one option actually. Alright, so let's go right to the next. Alright, now we are talking about Pelicans forward Brandon Ingram. He has been in like 1,000 trade rumors the last couple of years. And in this article they say Pelicans trade Brandon Ingram for a starting center. And of course that's something we all talk about it a lot. The name Jared Allen is always there because maybe the Cavs are going to put Mobley at the center and then they have a very good forward in Brandon Ingram. But the article actually is talking about the Atlanta Hawks and Clint Capella or Onyeka Okongwu. I think they are going to trade Clint Capella more likely than Okongwu because Okongwu kind of fits their timeline better. They do want to go into a rebuild, I believe, so Capella is on the move out. You know, it's a possibility. Brandon Ingram is still like 26 years old, so he's still he's actually 27 now, so he's still going to be in his prime soon. So maybe the Hawks are interesting, but again, I would rather have them adding some draft picks and go into a full rebuild than trading for Ingram. The other team is the Brooklyn Nets, who are definitely in need for a star player. They can give out a max soon, and Ingram seems like they could go for him. I wouldn't mind it. He becomes the number one option and would be very interesting. Another candidate they have is the Indiana Pacers and Miles Turner. So I don't know if that's a smart idea for the Pacers. Turner really fits there. He's a very important guy in the locker room and just a leader. And yeah, he's going to ask for a lot of money. His contract is up soon, but I think they would rather re-sign Turner instead of bringing in Ingram. If you look at Ingram's stats from the last year, he averaged about 21 points per game, almost 6 assists per game, 5 rebounds, so very solid numbers there. He shot 35% from 3, and 49% from the field goal. He played in 64 games, about 33 minutes. So yeah, this is like the most amount of games he played since his rookie year. So yeah, so that's definitely a good thing to see, because health always has been a problem. And yeah, it's going to be interesting in what the Pelicans are going to do with the center position and Brandon Ingram. Next up is Bulls trade Zach LaVine to the Clippers. And yeah, the Clippers are in a tough spot after losing Paul George to the Philadelphia 76ers for nothing. Kawhi Leonard is going to be missing at least the beginning of the season, and James Harden is already 35 years old. So yeah, they're in a complicated spot. So if they could bring in Zach LaVine, it definitely would help them out right now. The question is it possible to work? It is, because the Clippers, they do have some salaries they could combine to go all the way up to LaVine's contract. So they could put like Norman Powell 19.2 million, PJ Tucker 11.5 million, and Terrence Mann 11.5 million. They also have Derrick Jones Jr. 9.5 million and Nicholas Batum 4.6 million. So they have a lot of those smaller contracts they could send out to get him. Yeah, but the Bulls, they would just want to get some draft capital for him, because I do think they're going to rebuild now. They have Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Matas Buzelis, and others. So they have some good young players, but they definitely want to keep on building and rebuilding through the draft, I imagine. It's an interesting one. Like Terrence Mann is probably the most player they could look forward to actually play. He's just signed a 3-year, $47 million extension this season. So that's interesting. If we look at the stats from Zach LaVine from last year, of course, it was a lot of injuries. He only played in 25 games. He averaged about 19 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. He shot from 3, 35%, and from the field 45%. But yeah, guys, don't get me wrong, like Zach LaVine is still a very elite player, so yeah, don't be sleeping on him. So the next one up is Warriors trade for Lauri Markkanen. Of course, this was a big rumor in the offseason. And yeah, like Ingram, Markkanen has been in a lot of rumors. There were many teams, they showed interest in him, which is no wonder, because he had like 2 years ago an all-star season and he played very well. He's a very good player. And yeah, imagine like how much he changed his career for the good. He's now a max player, so very good. But you know, unfortunately, this could not happen, or is not going to happen, because he did agree on a 5-year, $238 million contract. And yeah, that he can't be traded soon, so 6 months without trading, and that's going to be past the trade deadline. So maybe in next offseason, like 2025, that's an option, but for now it's not. It would have been interesting to give Stephen Curry a true number 2 scoring option, especially now after Clay left, so I would have loved to see that. Also for the Jazz side of you, because they could get some draft picks and have a better chance at Cooper Flag, who people are so high on him. If you look at Markkanen last year, he played in only 55 games, 23 points per game, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. He shot 39.9% from the 3-point line and 48% from the field. So yeah, very good numbers, of course, and would have been very interesting him going to the Warriors, but it's not going to happen. So next one up is a little bit of a surprise one, but I think it's more realistic than we are all thinking about it right now. It says Lakers trade for Trae Young or LaMelo Ball. And yeah, so the Lakers didn't have a good offseason in my opinion. They lost Tyrone Prince and Spencer Dinwiddie, and they just added Dalton Knecht and Bronny James, 2 rookies, who at least Dalton Knecht looked solid, I would say. But you know, LeBron James is 40, Anthony Davis is up in age, and they should be only going for a championship and nothing else. And yeah, an electric player like LaMelo Ball or Trae Young are, they can give you easily like 22 points, 25 points per game. It definitely would be great help for those 2 guys, and something they should think about. So of course we have Trae Young. The situation with Trae Young in Atlanta is not clear yet. We don't know if they want to move him out and go into a full rebuild, but you know, he's also only 26 years of age, and so yeah, he's not really old, you know, like they can still use him in a in a rebuild, but maybe they want to trade him out. I'm not sure about it because they just sent what's his name, DeJounte Murray out, of course. But if you look at his stats, he played in 54 games only last year. He averaged about 26 points per game, 11 assists, 3 rebounds. He shot 37% from 3 and 43% from the field. So yeah, I mean, if they want to go into a real rebuild and have some better chance at a good draft pick, maybe they want to trade him out. But the other one I think is very interesting is actually LaMelo Ball. So with LaMelo, we have the situations that the front office who drafted LaMelo, they are not longer in charge. And you know, it has been so many injury problems with him. So if you look at the games played, his rookie year, he played 51 games. The second season was very good, 75 games, then down to 36, and last year only 22 games played. So, you know, like, we know how great of a player he is. He is a solid number one option for a team like the Hornets, but if he cannot stay healthy, they are willing to give up on him, I believe. So last year he averaged about 24 points per game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 35% from 3 and 43% from the 3-point line, so very good numbers. Yeah, but you know, the Lakers could send out D'Lo and some future first round picks, and they could try to get a better chance at Cooper Flex. So I think it's a very interesting idea, something I've not thought about. But LaMelo to the Los Angeles Lakers, it makes a ton of sense in my opinion. Yeah guys, so that's it what I have for you in today's video. Let me know what you think about all those trade ideas, especially with the LaMelo Ball one. And I love you guys, and I see you at the next one. Peace.